Hi everyone, it's me, Hedda again, and Yom Tov. I hope everybody's doing well today. Couple of things that I just wanted to say to you. First off, I apologise for my appearance. As you can see, my hair's still busy growing. I suppose it's nice for you to get a sort of progress report on it, but it's still not decent enough for me to feel comfortable enough without wiggy, because wearing wiggy's quite nice, actually quite glamorous, and it's the way that I will really want to look. I also apologise for the state of my face, but not having the best day today. I wasn't going to film anything, but there you go. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was I wanted to say I have now hit just over 1,000 subscribers. I want to make it very, very clear. I could not have done this without all of you. And I want to thank you for getting this little haven off the ground. You know, we've got a wonderful set of people here. I know I haven't talked to all of you. You know, some will subscribe and watch and not say anything, and that's absolutely fine. Lots and lots of you comment, and, you know, my request of people reaching out to each other, it's actually starting to happen. And if you wanted to give me a gift, it would be talking to each other. That is the greatest gift that you could give me, is the fact that you're not just talking to me, you're starting to reach out to each other. And that is such a buzz for me. That is the greatest feeling. You know, I know reaching 1,000 subscribers, I think I'm at 1,009 now. You know, thank you to all the new people who have joined. You've no idea how much that means to me. I know you probably hear this from other creators all the time, how grateful they are, but I want to reach out and talk to every one of you. And I'm still busy answering comments, believe it or not, from the video from the other day, and there's new comments popped up on other videos, so I want to try and catch up and get them done. But as you can see, there's days when I seem to be looking great and I put my makeup on and I can cope better. And then there's other days like today where, you know, my pain level is at about a 7 out of 10. So 1 being no pain. And, you know, and obviously when I got to turn it up to 11, and I do have days where I have to turn it up to 11. But those days are quite few and far between, thank God. But today isn't one of the best days. So I'll try and keep this short and sweet. I'm sorry about that. Well, I'm saying that now, but you know how I tend to wrap it on. I couldn't shut up to save my life, you know? So it's all down to you. And I could not do this without you, because I'd end up just talking to myself, and what good would that be? And I like to think that now we are starting to make a difference, because we are talking to each other and we are helping each other. And that, as you know, is a mitzvah. It is a good thing. So it's our way of making our little part of the world a better place. And that can only be a good thing. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I know it would be the biggest party ever and the longest line for hugs, but if I could give each and every one of you a hug, just to show my appreciation and show you some affection, and, you know, and make you feel wanted and loved and needed and appreciated, valued, treasured, cherished. All these things I feel. And I'd love for you to feel them too. So that's just me. That's just me saying how much I appreciate what you've done for me. And, for us in our haven. So, brilliant. It's a mitzvah. Makes me smile. And I'm hoping to make you smile too. Now, all that aside, the reason why I've jumped on, and as tired as I am, and as unwell as I'm feeling, and as rough looking as I look, which I apologise for, I've not long been online, and the first story I saw was the situation apparently that has cropped up between Tati Westbrook and James Charles. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tati Westbrook is a beauty guru on YouTube. She also does stuff on Twitter, I believe, Instagram, Snapchat, that sort of thing. I don't do Instagram. I don't do Snapchat. I can just about manage YouTube and Twitter and a little bit of Facebook, but that's my limit. I've only got so many hours in the day to get around things. So, I do what I can. Tati is, initially was a child actress, and now she has a lovely life, I believe, on the west coast of America. And she has a lovely husband, James, and she is, I followed her for quite a long time, and I think she's one of the loveliest people on YouTube. I think she's lovely inside and out. That's my feeling from her. She's just a lovely person. Now, she befriended James Charles, I believe 2 or 3 years ago. James Charles is, makeup artist, self-taught. He did the makeup for our wedding. So, and she just isn't there for him as a friend. It's like a mother-son kind of relationship they have. But by all accounts today, she has suffered a betrayal by this, and I'm going to say it because I'll probably get tons of dislikes for this, but I don't like James Charles. I've never liked him. From the first moment I clapped eyes on him, there was just something about this kid. And I don't even think he's 20 years old yet. He's one of the most opinionated, self-entitled, spoilt, bitchy, selfish. He's just a man baby. He can't take criticism. If you try and criticise him, he throws a fit. And then he'll make up some kind of apology later on. One of his friends is Jeffrey. And the more I see of James these days, I actually believe he models himself on Jeffrey, but as from a business point of view. He wants to have his own makeup line eventually. He wants to have his own business, his own empire. And I believe he's trying to model himself on Jeffrey. Now, I've got to say, Jeffrey is a very astute businessman. Love or hate the guy, he's a very astute businessman. The one thing I will say about Jeffrey, yes, he can be problematic at times, but he has a heart of gold, and he is a very, very loyal friend. And today's situation has cropped up because, and let me just put this into context for you, Tati brought out her own sort of line of these tablets that you take, Halo pills. It's a Halo beauty line. And she's got 2 different kinds, I think. One's based on kiwi and it's green. You take these pills and they're apparently they make your hair, skin and nails better. You know, they make your hair more beautiful. They look after your nails and your skin, which is supposed to make your skin glow. And she's got that business off the ground and apparently it's doing very well for itself. And I say all power to her. Now, at the time when, Tati was starting to promote her brand, Jeffrey was also supposed to be launching his own brand. But because they were friends, Jeffrey postponed his, I don't know if it was a launch or some kind of sponsorship or something. But Jeffrey put that on a back burner because he knew how important this was to Tati. He knew how long she'd been working on it. And he wanted the spotlight to be on her. Now, like I say, love him or hate him, that's the act to me of a true friend. Because when you've got a friend and you love them, you put their needs first. At least that's what I do. And I'm sure that's what all of you do too. So Tati's got this Halo brand. And apparently, between yesterday and today, James Charles has now started promoting these, I think it's some kind of sugar pill or something like that. Some kind of brand where they put out these pills and supplements for hair, skin and nails as well. Now, this brand is in direct competition with Tati. Now, James is supposed to be Tati's friend, one of her closest friends. And she helped give James a leg up when he first started in the beauty community. It was her who helped him, introduced him to people, pointed him in the right direction. So he's now, saying that the reason why he has promoted this range of pills that's in competition to Tati's was because when he was at Coachella recently, there was some kind of security breakdown where he could have been put in danger or something from all the people at Coachella. So these, I think, I'm going to have to be, I cannot remember the name of the brand. Something like sugar pill. So I'm just going to call them sugar. These sugar people provided James with extra security when he was at Coachella. And when they asked him if he would promote them as a way of saying thank you to them, he just went ahead and said, yes, I'll do that. And started going on about how wonderful the pills tasted and how they were helping him with stress, but he'd only just started taking them. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, how can you take something and straight away within a couple of days know it was helping you sleeping better and helping you with your stress? And how can your nails already be feeling great and your skin and your hair and what have you? Because normally with supplements, don't you have to wait at least 30 days? But on average, it's 60 to 90 days before you can really start noticing, the effects of these supplements. It's like anything. It's like if you're given a new medication, it takes, at least 4 to 6 weeks for it to get right into your system. So I don't quite understand what's going on there. Then I went and watched Tati. I think she did something on Instagram. And she broke her heart, that woman. And it really, really upset me. And then I saw what James had put out. I watched that and I was just, I started to feel this anger build up inside of me. And then what really made me angry was he typed out an apology to her. He says he wasn't paid anything for this promotion. Okay, he says he wasn't paid. I mean, this is a guy who will only sit down to talk to a brand about sponsorship if they're talking in figures of 50 grand or more to do, this product is great sort of thing. So, I don't know. Providing security to keep you safe at an event, I'm going to promote all your pills and I'm going to do this for you for nothing. Right, the jury's out on that, right? He says he's not doing it completely freely. And he didn't think, in the moment, he didn't think about this promotion. One of his closest friends sells supplements. And he's telling us that he's now in direct competition with his best friend selling, well, it's a supplement, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's anywhere near as good because I've read the reviews. And it was a spur of the moment thing and he didn't think. I don't know what planet he's living on, because I must admit, if one of my closest friends, say, Rox or Joe or Nikki or, Katz or Elle or any of them said, guess what, Hedda? I've started selling a range of silver balloons with cats on them. And this is my new business. And I'm going, oh yes, that's great, I'll support you, I'll tell everybody about it. And then somebody came along to me a month later and said, Hedda, we'd like you to start promoting a set of gold balloons with puppies on them. And I just sit and go, oh yeah, that's really great, I'll start doing that. No, I wouldn't. I would have to say, that's a great idea, but you're going to have to ask somebody else to do this, because my friend would be in direct competition with you. And my friendship and my loyalty is with her. And I'm sorry, but it's not with you. So I'm going to have to respectfully decline. Now, that's what I would do. Now, that might just be me. And I'm not trying to push my values onto anybody. I'm just saying that's just me. Because loyalty is huge with me. I value loyalty very, very highly. My foundation for a friendship is truth, trust, and loyalty. You have to have those three things in order to have a friendship. If you can't tell the truth, it means that people don't trust you. So that's out the way. But if you're not being truthful and honest with someone, you just can't expect loyalty to be anywhere near that, because you're looking at being betrayed. So I've had to learn over the years, through being dumped on from a great height by people, that I'm now a lot more careful in who I place my trust. And, if I am loyal to a friend, then all I can hope is that they are going to be just as loyal to me. That's all I can hope for. And as long as I treat my friends, in the way that they would expect to be treated, with respect and kindness and loyalty and truth, then I would hope that would come back onto me as well. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So why I got angry was the fact that here's this woman who is kindness itself, who has done everything she can to do everything for this boy, and yet, without even thinking, he goes into competition with her and promotes this other product, which by all accounts, allegedly, isn't very good. I don't know how he could do that to her. I don't know how, where was his presence of mind? You know, he knows that is his friend's business. I just don't understand how people's minds work. So, yes, I'm ranting about how angry I am at James Charles's thoughtlessness, selfishness, and I mean, I'm just going to be straight up about it. Allegedly, my conspiracy, what my opinion is, and it is an opinion, and I can't be got at for an opinion. I can't be sued for an opinion. My opinion is, yeah, I do think he's getting money for it. Yeah, I do. I do believe he's being paid for it. And he's put that in there, you know, as a sweetener, which I know sounds a bit daft, isn't it, when I'm talking about a company that with sugar in the name. But I don't believe he's doing it as an act of altruism. I just don't believe that. Not for a kid who won't get out of bed for less than 50k. No. No. My personal opinion is, yes, he is being paid for it, and he's just not telling the truth. He's doing it to save face. Now, when I watched Tati cry, and, you know, she's desperately trying to have a baby with her husband, and she's been having issues with that. I've watched her cry in the past over, you know, desperately trying for a baby and not succeeding. And I went through a period of time like that myself, and the struggles that go with it and the disappointments. So in that respect, my heart went out to her. But when she talked today about the sense of betrayal, and although she didn't mention any names, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out who it was that she was talking about. And I immediately thought, she must be feeling so low, so betrayed, so alone, that someone she trusted let her down, and really badly. Now, if I know Tati, and I only know what I see of her, she probably will forgive him, and she more than likely will move on, because she's a very positive person. But deep in her heart, she will never forget. And I don't imagine things will ever really be the same. And how could it be? When you think about it, I would say that most of us have been betrayed at one time or another, and by someone who we considered a close friend, or even a family member who has betrayed us. And, you know, if you've got depression or if you've got anxiety, and they make you feel very alone, and then you have someone betray you on top of that, you know, I don't want to make every single thing I talk about be linked to mental health, although I do think it's very, very important. But in this situation, I was sitting thinking about that, and I just got to thinking, how many of us have being let down by a friend or someone who we thought was a friend, you know, and how it can leave you feeling for days and weeks afterwards. This sense of being bereft, alone, betrayed, you know, an emptiness, despair. And 9 times out of 10, it's another person who's caused us to feel this way. Now, it's bad enough when it happens from someone that you don't know that well, but when it happens from someone that you've treated like family, it's like a bereavement, because you have lost. You've lost an awful lot. You've not only lost what you thought was a friend, but the trust that you gave is gone. The love that you gave is more than likely gone. Or if it isn't, it's almost like a breakup. And I just thought, now I'm more involved in, you know, talking about mental health and how I know how I would feel. And from reading all your comments in the past, how you guys would feel. Doesn't your heart just go out to Tati? And you just want to scoop her up and give her a big hug and tell her that she's not alone and that she's not going through this alone, that she's only in a line of many, many people who have been through exactly the same. I'll be dead honest with you, I'm disgusted at James Charles. I always think, is there ever a level that he won't sink to? But I'm right to keep my distance from him, because I don't trust him. I don't like him. I think he's an opportunist. And Tati herself said she felt like she'd been used. In my personal opinion, yes, he's used her. He's used her to get where he is today. And that, to me, you know, being disloyal, betraying a person that you had a very close relationship with. Personally, I could never recover from that. I could never pick up the reins and carry on as if nothing had happened. It doesn't work for me. And I want to thank you, actually, because it's helped getting all this off my chest. You know, you guys are just so good to me, because at times like this you let me rant, and I know that you're listening to me, and you help my mood. You make me feel better about myself. So I want to say thank you. So many things I need to thank you for, but you know, like I said, I didn't plan on making a video today, but I just wanted to talk about, I know drama channels and what have you will have already picked this story up and they run with it the way they want to, and that's great. I love the drama channels myself. You know, if they put out stuff on a daily basis, I'll watch it. There's some I watch more than others, though. But I just wanted to come at this from a point of view of affecting you if you do have problems with depression or anxiety or low mood or even just feeling alone. I wanted to look at it from that angle and how it actually feels when you've been betrayed, when you've been used, cast to one side for something that looks greener on the other side. you know, I don't feel sorry for the person who's done anything wrong. They should have thought of it before they did the act or said what they said. They should have thought about the person it was going to affect the most. So I have no sympathy whatsoever for James Charles. What he sows, he will reap. My sympathy goes out to Tati. So if there was a Team Tati or a Team James, then I'm on Team Tati. Anyway, I'll leave this here now. I've done it again. It's another half an hour one where Heather's done nothing but yak. So, sorry about that. And I hope that the next one will be a little bit more well thought out of me with regard to hair, face, nail, nothing on my nails, what have you, and a more pleasing demeanour. So you've had to endure this for half an hour. I'm sorry. You must love me. And I love you too. Bye-bye, guys. See you soon.